Good morning, Chemistry 20s. So today I wanted to talk about this molecular elements and compounds notes guide. And one question that a lot of students have is number 1F. So let's just take a peek at that guy. And I want to review with you how to do these questions. So quick reminder that when we are doing these questions, our first step is to count the number of valence electrons for all the atoms in the compound. The second thing that we have to do is we have to determine who is the central atom, and that is the one that can make the most bonds. Okay, that is the one that has the, in other words, highest bonding capacity. Then you are going to connect the peripheral atoms to the central atom. And the next step is to complete the octets. Remember, we're having full 8 valence electrons for each atom, and we're doing these octets for the peripheral atoms. And then my last step is to complete the octet for the central atom. Remember, it's okay to move electrons, right? Everybody needs a full octet, okay? So our little Oprah joke, okay? Not really a joke, though. So let's look at this SF6. So I'm going to use this guy as my example here. And I have 1 sulfur atom, plus there are 6 fluorine atoms. So to count my number of valence electrons, I know that each sulfur he's group 16, so he's going to have 6 electrons. Plus, there are 6 fluorines. Now, each fluorine atom, well, fluorine is group 17, and so he is going to have 7 electrons per each fluorine. So I'm going to add up all these valence electrons. 6 plus 6 times 7 gives me a whopping total of 48 electrons in total. So that's the number of electrons that I'm going to have in my Lewis dot diagram. Now I have to figure out who's the central atom. Okay, so sulfur, remember, is in group 6. So I'm just adding, remember, each of these dots is an electron. He has 6 electrons in his outer valence energy level. Fluorine, group 17, 1 lone pair, 1 lone pair, 1 lone pair, 1 bonding electron. So who can make the most bonds? This guy. Sulfur is our central atom. He can make the most bonds. So he becomes our central, let's spell that wrong, sorry. He becomes our central atom. So we're going to put him in the center. Well, that's what it means. He's the central atom. Now, how many fluorines is he going to have bonded to? 6. Okay, so we make a bond to each fluorine. Well, there's 1 fluorine. And I'm going to keep doing this till I have all 6 fluorines. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. And there's 6. So remember, this central atom, this sulfur, is not following the octet rule, right? It should only be 8 electrons. If you count them up, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is certainly not a complete octet. Now we're just going to add and fill everybody's valence electrons up. Okay, and so as you see that I'm doing that, I might run out of time on this video, but everybody now is going to have a total number of their octet. And sorry, these little dots are not very great. Okay, but everybody is now getting a complete octet, and then your Lewis dot diagram is correct. So then how do we go from here to our structural diagram? Well, each of these dots becomes a line. So we've got sulfur, and then he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fluorines around him. Okay, and so that's how we would do this guy who does not follow the octet rule. And you always be told if it doesn't follow the octet rule, most atoms are going to follow the octet rule. Okay, I'm going to do another video for you guys. Number 2 is asking you how to do ions. So I'm going to show you how to do